I told you last week that Donald Trump personally lawyered up in the Russia investigation and that Marc Kasowitz is the lawyer who has worked with Trump before and also represents a Russian bank, no joke, who will be representing Donald Trump personally. And he's previously defended Trump in business matters, public relations disputes, in the Trump University stuff, in one of Trump's divorces. But Kasowitz has no experience dealing with Justice Department investigations of this magnitude or congressional investigations. So there's a sort of obvious question here. Why hire Kasowitz for something with which he has no experience? We are getting the answer to that question, and it is coming from Michael Isikoff, now reporting that there were 4 major law firms, prestigious law firms in the country, that were asked to represent Donald Trump in the Russia investigations, and they all refused, according to 5 different sources with knowledge of the matter. The sources say that this was in part because those lawyers believed Donald Trump wouldn't listen to their advice. That is absolutely ridiculous, Pat. That's not the Trump we know. The Trump we know always takes advice from experts in their field, doesn't he?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. I mean, this is pretty remarkable, too, because you'd think that some of these top law firms in the country would jump at the opportunity to represent the president.
My thoughts exactly.
But apparently they must think that he has no case here, because even if they thought it was an uphill battle, they may still go along with it.
Think about the scenario, right? Michael Cohen, Trump's organizational lawyer, goes to the White House, tells Trump, you need to personally lawyer up since we've got this Justice Department investigation. Multiple congressional committees are investigating possible ties to Russia. So Trump says, fine, I'm going to find an experienced lawyer. The first 4 law firms that he speaks to say no thanks. And Trump ends up with Marc Kasowitz, who knows Trump, has no experience in this field, and has represented a Russian bank. And there are other reasons, I believe, beyond Trump won't listen. One lawyer said that it would kill recruitment for their firm and kill the reputation of it, saying, do I want to be associated with this president and his policies? One of the attorneys who turned down Trump is Ted Olson. Ted Olson, recall, was the Solicitor General under President George W. Bush and one of the major voices in favor of the fight for gay marriage, not willing to represent Trump. One of the attorneys said that another reason they wouldn't represent Trump is that some of their clients, financial institutions, have already been subpoenaed with regard to money laundering as part of the Trump-Russia investigation. That's like a footnote in this story. And it is also major, which is that there are financial institutions, major ones, whose records are being subpoenaed in the Russian investigation. That is something maybe we'll hear more about in the future.
Yeah, it sounds like a hot potato that they don't want to hold on to for too long.
Yeah.
I mean, I think just the fact that Donald Trump is lawyering up doesn't really tell us too much because there are serious charges that could potentially be brought against him. And even if you're innocent, you want a lawyer. But the fact that no lawyers are really willing to jump on board and are hesitant to do so, that's pretty telling.
Can you imagine being Trump's lawyer and having to deal with the tweets? Like, how on earth do you handle that? And there were also concerns that Trump wouldn't pay the attorney. As we know, Donald Trump has a long history of not paying people who perform services for him. This is almost an alternate universe. Law firms don't want to represent the president of the United States, something that, as Pat pointed out, that would be a great client for a lot of law firms because they feel that the president, number one, wouldn't listen to their advice, and number two, might never pay them for their services.
And to your tweeting point, I mean, imagine if these lawyers spend months developing a case and then Trump undermines it with one tweet like he did with the travel ban.
I don't blame them for not wanting to represent Trump on this. It actually makes a lot of sense to me. On the bonus show today, housing a prisoner in California now costs more than a year at Harvard, including room, board, books, a laptop, and many nights of drinking out at Boston and Cambridge bars. That is how expensive it is to house a prisoner in California. WikiLeaks is offering $10,000 to get an Intercept reporter fired. And there are some people, and I will tell you who those people are, accusing Donald Trump of violating the First Amendment by blocking people on Twitter. Is there any validity to that? We will talk about it on the bonus show. davidpakman.com/membership. Sign up today. I voted 17 is the coupon code available to you.